Looking like a baddie, I show up and make them stop. Wanna know my name so badly, cause I run this whole block. Flip my hair, move my head, show the world I'm royalty. When I walk by, they be taking bows, cause they know I'm the queen, yeah. Move it, move it, groove it, groove it. They wanna know just how I do it when I do it, do it. I got that magic touch, it's a rush, pulsing through my veins when I show up every.
Hello, everybody. Oh, my God. How are my peeps doing tonight? Bobby, I'm getting confused because this light is directly on me here. I'm trying to shut down my, here we go. Hola, mi gente. How are we doing today? That's what you get when you're live. We're not ready because this weekend, so much going on. My brain is all over the place. As you see, I came as simple as possible, but you know, those who know me, you know, sometimes I get into the mode to just go as plain Jane. And but I hope you still love me anyways, because I love you guys and I love that you're joining me tonight. I hope everybody's having a great night. We have so much to talk about. And I'm sure she's not new to you guys, but in case you don't know her, I have my beautiful co-host with me, Tiffany. Tiffany, thank you so much for you know, I can't do this alone. I can't do this by myself today. I really can.
It's okay. I'm here.
So I am glad that you're here. And if I'm going to do this wrong, we're both going to do it wrong together, you know, because that way I'm not alone. But we do have a lot to talk about this weekend. Wasn't that a blast?
First off, it was a blast. I have to say, watching back the video, I have changed so much in a year.
What? Really?
You don't notice I look like a new
and the
human?
commercial.
Yes.
You know what? We're going to be talking about that as well, because there's so many things that are happening, so many good things, so many, you know, we're on this journey. We're on a journey.
Definitely on a journey.
We're on a journey. And so everyone that's tuning in right now, thank you so much. I would love if everybody could share the video. You know, we are on Facebook Live, YouTube Live. We are on Twitter, Twitch, Roku. I mean, you name it. There's absolutely no excuse why either you're not watching it live or you'll go later on and you watch the show, and just share the link. So before we get started with talking all that we have to talk about this weekend, because it's going to take up most of our time, let's just give out some birthday shout outs. Happy birthday, feliz cumpleaños. I believe this is the start of the Leo season. Oh boy. A lot of Leos. Who do we start? You know, mi madre, my dear beautiful queen, she's a Leo. I have my beautiful mother-in-law, she is a Leo. I have my handsome hubby, he is a Leo. I can go on and on. I have so many friends who are Leos. So you know what? Happy birthday. Feliz cumpleaños. And you have any shout outs to give out?
To you. What an outstanding weekend we had.
Oh, yes. And you know what? With that being said, before we start with that, I know a lot of people ask me, oh my God, how did you know it was my birthday? Well, let me tell you a little secret. It was really not a secret. But if we are friends on Facebook, you know, when you get notifications that, you know, it's your birthday. Yeah, that's how I know. So it's really not a secret. So if you're not my friend, or, you know, if you want to give a shout out to someone who is not my friend, you can always email me at couldbeyoutv@gmail.com. Let me know when is the birthday shout out you would like, and I'll be more than happy to give it out, or any kind of shout out. It doesn't have to be just a birthday shout out. So happy birthday to those. And that's it, right, Tiffany, for that?
That's it.
That's it for that, you know. I think that we're just gonna go straight into talking about how first of all, I have to say thank you, Tiffany, so much once again. Thank you for being here. Thank you for I couldn't do this alone. People, if you really know, we had a really long weekend. Carly, hi mamita, thank you for joining in. I do have a link on my bio. if you go there, you click it, and it will take you straight into the show. That way we can connect, we can comment, we can talk on Facebook. You know, it's so much easier that way. But I didn't want to do this by myself. I am shot.
Well, I don't
I
blame
am
you.
shot. Like, it was just like nonstop. But it was like a fun nonstop.
Yes, it was nice that everyone got all together. I just feel like all of the tri-state area was in one place.
So let's they don't know what we're talking about. So let's give them a little insight. So we worked with Celebrity Sports Entertainment. Shout out to them for putting on an amazing event, like always, and a shout out to at the Hika Castle. I mean, who? Listen, just as you're walking on the ground, just even in the parking lot. If anybody has not ever been to the, it is like you actually feel like you're in a different world. Like, don't you feel like maybe you have a little part of, like, I don't know, you're somewhere in Romania, or, you know what I'm saying?
It's so true.
Transylvania.
No, it's so true, because it was funny. My friend Jacob had bought a ticket last minute. He's from New York, but he lives in Paris.
Oh.
And he's been living in Paris for the past 3 years.
Ooh la la.
So when he showed up, he thought like, oh, I'm just going to someone's like soiree in Long Island. And then he pulls in and he goes, I felt like I was like, he was like, I was somewhere in Europe. It was like he was blown away.
That place, let's just talk a little about Ohika Castle. I mean, you would never ever think that we have such a staple, an estate of like a piece of history, I want to say. I mean, you only see, like, I want to give a shout out. If anybody knows who, I want to give a shout out, Tommy. He goes by Big Time Tommy. I'm sure you know who he is, and if you don't, look him up, because I'm sure you came across one of his videos. But we'll get to know, talk about him a little while. But he was telling me a little bit of history on, the castle and who had it, and that it's attached to a golf course, and all this, the history behind it, and the person who bought it, and why, and I found this so fascinating and interesting, history, and when I was back in school, I was interested in history, but usually the history they give you is more like what, the cowboys and Indians, and, right? And Christopher Columbus, or what have you, who discovered what. That was mostly like the history. But I really like and it interests me to listen to people. History, like 100%. Especially more local, and their stories and stuff like that. So having Tommy, give me a rundown, a little history on it was interesting, it was fascinating at the same time. So if anybody, doesn't know where Ohika Castle is, which I don't know, how can you not? It's absolutely amazing, Tiffany. And I know that you're like a staple there too, because you're there all the time, girl. You're like a celebrity there.
Oh no, we do a lot of events there, and a lot of charity events and networking events. And it's funny, you're talking about the history, and I'm like, girl, that history is alive. I can tell you for a fact it's haunted there.
Yeah, like, just going, when you're coming through the main entrance, just that long road to get, it's like you feel like, when you go to Walt Disney, or you're always taking pictures of just the entrance, just to show, because it's such a nice, like, welcoming. And I mean, this is, like I said, literally like 15-20 minutes from where I live, and you feel like you're out of somewhere in a different country. You feel like you're in Europe.
What's your favorite room there?
So I mean, I really haven't visited all the rooms, even though we did get a chance to see, first time got to see one of the rooms. It was like a staff room that we all got to like change and stuff. So so I got to walk maybe up to like the third floor and something. What I found fascinating, it was really interesting that so we had the Gatsby thing. So Celebrity Sports Entertainment with 1-800-Liquors. We all, have a Gatsby thing that we do every year, in honor, Mike Mack and P-Rilla. Shout out to them. But interesting that, I don't know if you noticed or not, when you go in the elevator, right? it's actually like back in the day a Gatsby theme, like you see the
Yeah.
instead of digital, the floor is going, there's actually like the little hand,
ticker that goes
yeah.
up.
I thought that, I mean, I hear it trying to take video because I want to do like a little reel to make it look, I didn't even have time from this weekend to do it, but I was like, wow, it ties in so well with the theme,
Oh, 100. Well, there's nowhere else to have a Gatsby event.
like
That's how I feel.
right, because even the whole I guess
Like aesthetic.
the aesthetic of it, the ambiance, the whole decor is all back. And let me tell you something, that is definitely my mom's like dreamland, because she's so into that whole antique stuff.
Yes.
I'm personally not, unless it's like a modern antique, one of those that a modern but it looks antique. I'm not so much, but my mother is such an avid like antique collector. She loves the whole furniture. And
I love their Chaplin room that they have. It's like, it's dedicated to like Charlie Chaplin. It's just like there's so much cool artwork on the room.
I heard the behind the story as that as well. That is so interesting.
And it takes you like into like literally like a nostalgic era. And one time I attended a dinner in there, and there was one long table, and we were all wearing black, and I was just like, this is probably one of the most iconic dinners I've ever been to in my life. Like in this
intimate,
room,
like intimate.
Yeah, and it was like candlelit and like just like Chaplin theme, and like there was like nostalgic music playing from back in the day, and I was just like, this is everything. Like you felt like you were somewhere else. And of course, I love the patios.
Yeah,
the patios. You feel like you're Tuscany, Italy.
Yeah, it's like literally like. I don't understand. It's like you actually need like a golf cart from one side to the other around the grounds. Like that's a lot of upkeep. I mean, I can't even cut my front grass, and it grows so fast. Like what I mean, it must be by the time they finish cutting the whole grounds, it's like they gotta start all, because it's already like a couple of days before now they gotta start all. It's like nonstop, probably having to cut the grass.
No, of course, but I think it's definitely a Long Island staple. And if you haven't been there yet, I highly recommend going this summer, and just whether you go there for lunch or dinner and like hang out on the grounds and enjoy yourself, or even get a room. The rooms are gorgeous. I mean,
we should get 10% out of a discount code or something, who we're advocating for
Gary over at Ohika Castle.
Gary Ohika Castle, you did an amazing job, and hopefully.
My one complaint is he took away the pool.
And where was the pool?
It was upstairs. I believe it was in like off of someone's room, and that's the only
thing. Off of someone's room.
That's the only thing that gets me. I'm like,
maybe that was the problem, that only that person wanted to use the pool.
I was like, why'd you get rid of the pool? Like that was my favorite part. Like, but it's all right, Gary. I forgive you. But the food's outstanding.
We're gonna have a meeting, Gary.
And also, just so you know, I believe that obviously Rob Keyes has my #1 favorite espresso martini with Reposado tequila.
I think we should have Rob Keyes make some for the show.
Yes, shout out to Louis. We have to have him on. But besides Rob Keyes, my second favorite espresso martini is at Ohika Castle.
Is it really?
Yes, Amy makes probably one of the best.
Oh, we're shouting out the bartender to Amy. We're gonna have to find out who Amy is, and because I also love those martinis, and I love the chocolate martinis too.
Yes, you do.
I do.
That you do.
So I think that we can continue talking about it so that people are not lost as what we're talking about. We're gonna give you a little insight of exactly what we did this weekend. Now I try to put together as much as I could, highlights here and there, but all right, Bobby, can we check out that video so we can talk about it?
Tommy's going, oh shit! Because you're trying to find out everything's emotional and play, we can't rewind now. Faster, I go faster because I'm going back in time. I know I pussy bomb because you're blowing up my mind now. We can think about it when we cross across that line now. You in my world,
fascinating was that?
Very. My favorite part of the video is when they almost crashed into you. I was dying
Okay,
laughing.
so I am going to give a little insight of what exactly that was about.
What exactly happened?
So,
tell them about it.
So this was the part we're gonna jump straight from the Gatsby into the golf outing the next day, so I can So it was a beautiful day. Everybody's there. We're hanging out. Our little crew. I was hanging out with Tommy. I was his personal cutie pie driver. Who else but him would get a driver like me? So. But so we also had Ozzy, we had William DeMeo, like it was just gonna be a fun thing, and we're driving our little carts and all that. So this is the story that I got. Okay, you know when you drive, okay, we're into it already, like a couple of hours and all that. I believe Ozzy was driving by himself. And I think he went and he made a pit stop and had something to drink and something to eat, I believe. But in one of those that he picked up to eat, he I guess he picked up he picked up a shot. He had a shot, right? And he picked up a donut and this, whatever it is. So as time went by, he was kind of complaining he wasn't feeling good, or the shot kind of hit him a certain way. He didn't, he didn't understand how just one shot of tequila was going to do such an effect of the way he felt. And then he's a pretty big guy, so for a little shot to hit him like that, it was like. So we, at the end, we're all talking because he's really not feeling good. And we're like, what, did he get spiked? Did he get roofied or something? Like, what happened here? Like, So that's when, but luckily we're all coming back already. It was time to leave and all. And when we had gone upstairs, that's when I received a call from Tommy. And he had said that he's really not feeling well. We thought that, the drink was spiked or whatever. But you really want to know what happened? So apparently Ozzy was eating a
CBD
donut.
A CBD donut.
And it was infused with CBD.
And he ate a lot of it.
He ate the whole thing. Hence why you see him all over the place, almost crashing into me in the golf cart, Ozzy. Had I known, poor guy was high.
And he's like, I don't get like that. I don't know what's the problem.
I don't know what's
and then
the
when
problem.
He put it together, he was like, oh my gosh.
Like, and then we see, he's riding backwards pretty close, and I kept looking. I'm trying to drive, and he's riding back, and he's screeching, like the brakes went. Arr! He's like, oh no, like he almost crashed into the tree too, like, but not knowing, I guess, because you know what happens. That also happens, Ozzy, if you're listening, because you were mocking us. We were talking, he heard him mocking us. That's what happens when you mock. But we helped him out. We brought him some food, and we had,
and he was all back together again. He was better.
And he was better, fortunately, I think he was late for an event he had. And but you know what? I don't know. I'm not glad that it happened to him, but in a way now I know for myself for next time if I see a donut, because I'm a little piggy like that. I love all my sweets. So if I see a really good-looking donut, I'm gonna have that donut, not even knowing what it is.
No,
so
if that
I'm
happened
glad
to
now,
you'd be flying up to.
I'll be dead. I don't even do anything, and here I am. I'm almost dying. Imagine if I did. But that was so that was the little rundown there. Listen, to be in the presence like one of my favorite. Did you see Michael Blackson?
Of course,
he is so funny. Oh my God, yes. And his girl was also amazing. She's a beautiful person.
Yeah, Roz is awesome. It was nice to run into him. Last time I saw him was at the BET Awards.
Oh, the BET Awards. Okay, yes. Who else? Oh my God, Tiffany, right? Tiffany, do you say Hadish or Hadish?
Everybody says it different. I'm convinced.
Tiffany Hadish or Hadish. You should actually call it. You should call in right now. Could be UTV. You should and correct us.
Everybody says it.
Tiffany Hadish or Hadish. Well, anyway, she was an absolute sweetheart. I mean, literally. And let me tell you something. Like, I'm one that I'm not, I don't go around taking pictures like with everybody. Like, by the way, I wanted to, if there's an opportunity to take a picture, I would love to. You know what I'm saying? I'll say, oh, can I? And I'll ask her, can I take a picture? I'm not fighting for a spot to take a picture. Or I'm not fighting. I'm not standing. And but the funny thing is that when she was standing on the outside of the hoika, I mean not the outside, but
The stairwell.
the stairs. She had a little group of photographers trying to take pictures and all that. But all they do is just taking pictures. I mean, how many pictures can you take of the same pose? Like, I'm like, nobody. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go, I'm going to take a picture. You literally have this one dude photographer who tried to pull me back. He's like, I'm trying to take the picture. And I'm like, first of all, get your hands off of me. Don't touch me. And I'm going to take a picture with her because nobody's taking pictures, but you guys are just snapping away. And sure enough, she looked at me. She said, come, and she's like, of course, we'll take a picture with you. I must have like 10 pictures that they were taking, I gave my phone to a friend. And she was so sweet, she was really nice. And it wasn't like, oh no, I'm done. Oh no, more, pictures or nothing like that, So she was really sweet, and I was happy that I got a picture with her because she was the host of, the Gatsby.
Of course.
That. Who was your fave? Who did you see that you?
Who is my favorite?
There were a lot. There was also
personally, I was just happy to be all of us to be together. Like everyone's been traveling, everyone's been far away, everyone's been working. It was like a nice big group of us. There was like at least from our immediate group that we work with on the daily, and all the time. There was like a 25 of us.
So we did the Gatsby. We went, with a lot of them. As you see, shout out to so many of them. And I want to give a special shout out also to DJ Eclipse. He was so nice.
So
he was
playing
just,
music
he
all
was
day
playing
long.
he was and the next day. Like. I would, sometimes I'll be like, like I have a lot of friends who are DJs, and they'll be like, oh, I'll play your song, I'm like, you better play my, like I shouldn't, and sometimes they don't play it or they forget or they don't have the playlist. And I didn't even know, that he was already playing when I hear it all of a sudden, I'm like, wait, somebody's playing my song. And, I was like, oh, so that's so sweet of him. And I want to give him a special shout out and thank you so much for being so supportive. And I love that, I love that. But there's so many people to shout out, but it's like, oh my God, too many people to shout out.
Yes.
But you saw it. I did as much as I can. Oh, and I have to say, did you see my son, how dapper he looked?
Oh, yes. He looked adorable. I was like, look at that suit.
Yep. He was. I said, look, you made the cut. I did a little reel. I am so bad. He had such a blast. He looked amazingly handsome, like always. Of course, why wouldn't he? He's my son, right?
Yes.
So I'm happy he had. I'm happy he had fun. Everybody, had a good time. And
no, it was really a nice weekend, and the event was just a well-oiled machine, just all working together as a team to get to the greater goal. And closing out that night, we were probably some of the last to leave because we were all working
like always. Yes.
And everybody just kept saying, like, what an amazing event. I had so much fun. Like,
even though you only see that part, but we have to give a special shout out, special shout out to Sophia, even though she was going a little bit crazy, I guess the nerves and being in that position, I guess with so much responsibilities, she felt that, I wish that Sophia would just like enjoy it a little bit more, but I can only understand where she was going. But nevertheless, she did an amazing job, and kudos to her. That I don't think she gets enough credit for what she does.
We sold out that event before it even started.
We love you, and someone owes us, like, I don't know, a trip somewhere to go relax and be pampered for all that we've done, right, Sophia, right, whoever. But shout out to you, and shout out to the whole team, Celebrity Sports Entertainment and all that. So but that was just the Gatsby. But then you felt like you did that, but then the next day we came back and we did the golf outing, you know what I'm saying? And that was the best part for me. It really was, because I really got to drive. It
was a beautiful day too.
It's my first time driving a little golf cart too.
Really?
Yeah. It was my first time driving it. It was a little uncomfortable because it's not like you can adjust the seat, right? I was like, why? Like, I really have to work hard for this pedal, I don't know. I think I'm a pro now. Even though if Tommy's around, he should go in and he should chime in. He was just, I don't know if he was enjoying it or it was being annoying because he says, you go harder through the bumps. He goes, I'm jiggling. Your boobs are jiggling. Like everything's jiggling. Like you want to take it easy on those bumps? I'm like, okay. Like I was just like, but next time, I need to be supplied and I need my Mercedes golf cart. Everyone.
A Mercedes
Like I've
golf
already
cart.
done like the hoopty. That was a hoopty. I need, when I floor it, I like to kind of go. This was like a puppa, like I'm like this is floored. It's not me, but nevertheless, it was amazing. We had a great time. It's always for a good cause, and we're gonna continue doing them. Thank you so much for everybody who supported. Right?
Yes, definitely. And I know they have some other events coming up in the making, which is super exciting. Can't really talk about yet, but this is about to be a very interesting year. We have a lot of fun things going on.
Yeah, absolutely. But so what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to a quick commercial break, everyone, and when we come back, we're gonna continue talking, but we're gonna start talking about what's trending out there, all the stuff that is going on. There's so much to talk about, but we're gonna try and touch on the most obvious. But let's go to a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're gonna continue with Tiffany as my co-host.
Hi everyone, it's Teresa from Tea Time. I have a show on every Saturday morning, 11 a.m. on Channel 20. What's Tea Time about? Tea Time is about interviewing people in the entertainment industry. Actors, producers, singers, dancers, magicians, MMA fighters, Donnie Most from Happy Days, and Butch Patrick from the Munsters, Kieran Sheehan, who played the lead in Phantom of the Opera on Broadway, and so many more. So check out my show. It's fun, it's entertaining, and it's interesting. Hope to see you there.
And welcome back, Tiffany. Welcome back, my people. We are here. If you have missed the first part, we're just kind of recapping a little bit of went down this weekend with Celebrity Sports Entertainment and the Ohika Castle event, the A Great Gatsby affair. Shout out to Celebrity Sports Entertainment, P. Rilla, Mike Mag, just so many people to shout out, but I've shot myself. I can't even shout anybody out. But we saw a little video of it. So anybody that missed it, there's no excuse because the show is everywhere. So there's no excuse that, some people say, oh, but I missed it. Oh, this is what I hear. I'm not up till, who goes to sleep at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock? Come on, people.
Yeah, you're lying if you say that.
You're laying in bed at least. You have to go on your phone. Like, listen, anybody that tells me I'm not on my phone, I'm not on social media, now we're in these times that if you're not on social media or you don't, then something's wrong with you. Usually it used to be the opposite. Oh, you're always on your phone, or you spend some time, on social media, blah, 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 blah. Now is the opposite. If you're not on social media or you're not, then there's something wrong with you because everybody does everything on their phones, especially
100%.
with social media.
100%.
Like everything from when your business, your banking, personal, connecting with people. People don't hardly even talk on the phone anymore. Everything is to social media.
Yep.
So there's absolutely no excuse as to why you didn't see the show or any of the shows. And also, Tiffany, how anybody that would like to be a guest as well, you know?
Yes, please contact me. I'd love to have you on Linda's show. As you can see, it's a weekly show. She likes to highlight different music artists, up and coming talent, business brands, products that are trying to be pushed. It's an awesome platform to showcase your talent. So feel free to contact me or Linda at couldbeyoutv@gmail.com.
Yes, I love it, love it. So you know, Tiffany, I always like to do a little bit segment here
Yeah,
called
let's
like
chop it up.
what now? It's like I say, excuse me, I say what now because it's like, oh my God, what now? Every time you wake up, there's always something going on, right?
100%.
I try not to highlight the negative, you know. I try to stay, you know, positive. I don't like to get too deep into, you know, this is not a newscasting where I have to showcase every news, but once in a while, you know, something that really hits home or something like that, you know. But I try to fuse it. I try to do more trending with, you know, how we call it in Spanish, la farándula, you know, which is more like, you know, in show business and stuff like that. But so Bobby, can we get to that? Let's start off with what now? Alrighty. So here is our first what now. I mean, come on guys, where's my little character that I spent so much time doing? Can we put that on? You know, Vin, this is his all right, somebody's getting pow. So getting back to how cool is this? Kylie, she joins partners with Bratz because they're gonna start showcasing and dressing up the Brat dolls with some of her iconic dresses.
Wow.
Okay, now look at the. Can we slow it down because I'm not even up to this part yet? But this this part.
You're too damn fast.
That right there. First of all, I don't know about you, but I didn't grow up with them, obviously, but I know when the trend was there, and I loved them. I think more my daughter was into the Bratz, you know, for a while.
I was a Bratz style lover over a Barbie lover, even though Bratz didn't really exist when I was like at that age.
But with more the Barbie, I think, you know, even though Barbie now is making such a comeback, it's like, oh, what? Because of the movie, everything you see now.
Well, it was funny. I was reading this article, and it was that the 4 girls that sit down in the lunch scene. I don't want to spoiler alert it, but
you seen it already?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
But there is a lunch scene where there's 4 girls standing around.
Right.
They're the same ethnicities and looks as the Brat dolls, the iconic 4, and they also have the same names. So I don't know if it's just a rumor or I don't know what's going on, but we may see a Bratz movie, maybe. I don't know if that's what's happening, or maybe there's gonna be like Barbie 2, and it's like Bratz versus Barbies.
Listen,
who knows?
I think I go for the Bratz. I'm more of a Bratz girl. You know, of course, there's always a Bratz for one that, you know, would look like, and I always say, oh, I look like a Bratz star, or, you know, but and even I think, oh, too bad I didn't have it. But even my daughter, when she was really doing the makeup, she would do the transition from the Bratz, you know, makeup to the. But this particular Bratz doll here. Let's go to that next picture. That's me. They did that after me. You see the? Isn't that me?
Like that's so funny.
Oh my God! Thank you so much. I am so honored to have a Brat dolls after me. You know, it's all I've been waiting all my life, actually. You know, but hey, Cynthia, thank you for joining in. Everybody that's joining in right now, thank you so much. But if you could all go on the link that's on my bio, that will take you straight to the show right now. That's going on live. So let's go. So what do we have next? Okay.
I don't blame her.
You don't blame him, right?
No, look at what happened to BB Rexa. She had to get stitches in her eye.
Exactly. No,
Well,
first of all, before we even get into that, what the heck is wrong with these people? First of all, you're paying money to go see her. What are you doing this? You think it's a trend? You think it's funny? You think it's cute? You know, I mean, you look stupid, number one. You're going to get kicked out. So that time and money you spent going there, I mean, are they doing this for some kind of like 15 seconds of
I
fame
don't know
or something?
because they get
Like,
arrested and it costs them thousands of dollars. I don't understand it. It's a it's a hazard. And the crazy part is, I work in the industry, you work in the industry, and the amount of hours and time that are putting in to putting on these shows between getting ready, rehearsals, like,
absolutely.
there's
But
how
it's
about
just as
driving there? So you don't realize that these artists are on tour buses. They leave their families for 30, 40, 50 days at a time to entertain you. And that's what's happening. It's not
but you
right.
know what? It's just the whole as a person, you doing that. Why would you want to do? First of all, let's start with the BB Rex and when they, and didn't he actually admit that he thought it was pretty funny to throw a phone? Like, what makes you think? What is so funny about throwing any kind of object, especially a phone, to as someone knowingly?
No,
Look what look what happened. I mean, I really hope the consequences. I hope that he got some kind of
well,
I
what's
mean,
going to end up happening is we're not going to be able to go into concerts with anything anymore. We're
they're
not going to
gonna
be able to
right. These
drink.
people are
So you're ruining
exactly.
it for all of us.
So
Stop throwing things.
Stop throwing things. So now, of course, I put myself in Cardi B's shoe. Like you're over there trying to sing and do your thing, and somebody squirts a freaking bottle water at you. Do what? Like you. Listen. First of all, the girl is who she is, and the girl's from the Bronx. The girl is Latina. She's crazy to begin with. So you think by doing that she was just gonna let that go?
No.
And it's what it is. Honestly, it's like a reaction. It's an impulse reaction. It's like it's like somebody hitting you. You're gonna hit them. Like you're gonna hit them back. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm sorry. I avoid confrontations and I try not to get into, but something like that, I'm not gonna just let that be bygones. Like I'm sorry,
it's
I'm gonna
not
react,
cool.
and you didn't like what you did. That you know what? I don't know if throwing the microphone, maybe that was the only thing that she could like pinpoint who it was, and like you did this to me here, bitch.
Well,
but
I just don't. I don't blame her one bit. I mean, even
and I hope that if this person was doing this for like clout, like just to get, and it goes to court to try to sue her for, I hope the judges see that and the jury see that there was all, what I'm saying, like a ploy to get a lawsuit. I mean, everybody's doing anything they can to get themselves into money. You know what I'm saying? So I hope they can see straight through that.
in lighter news, did you see that Drake got an L-size bra thrown at him on stage?
Hello, do we have that Drake video?
You have it?
Yes, absolutely,
I was blown
absolutely.
away
We have
by
to
that.
talk about that.
36L? How many letters does it go up to? L? What comes after A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L? There's another one over there that looks big, but we'll talk about it later. I gotta talk to you first. We gotta have a personal conversation. This is crazy. This can't be real. Whose is this? This is not real. Whose is this? Where did this come from? State your name immediately.
How funny is that?
That's hilarious. I mean, I'm not for one throwing things on, but like Al, like
But, once again, I mean, but back in the day, they did do
They
that. But it was
did do
mostly the
that.
girls throwing, being fresh, throwing their
The
trying to get
bras
attention,
and
the bras,
underpants.
panties and stuff like that. Now it's phones and water bottles and stuff like that. But I think it caught him off guard too, because I didn't even know that either. Like,
and I'm from the Big Titty Committee, and I'm telling you that I didn't know it goes up to L.
oh my God! Like, how do you even live like that?
Well,
like,
my concern is that she walked out of that concert venue with her tits at her knees.
well, now
Think
they know,
about
now
that.
they know who she is. Unless he threw it back at her, I mean, did he really want to keep that bra? I don't think. I mean, it probably is sexy. She's probably the sexiest big titty woman ever. Like, but that really shocked him.
That shocked me. I was blown away by it. I was like, oh my gosh.
How funny is that? What do we have next?
Let's see.
Okay, did you see this one? Lizzo is accused by former backup dancers of, basically sexual harassment and fat shaming. So what do we think about that?
She was accused of that?
She's being accused by former dancers. Yes.
What's crazy to me is they had that TV show that was like casting those types of dancers, and she was the lead. So I don't know if I believe it. I don't know if it was like a whistleblowing scenario. I will say that, like, why I don't dance anymore, like, especially like when I was 15, 16, and, I had naturally double D boobs, even though I was as thin as could be. It was uncomfortable for me to dance, and it was hard for me to get casted. And at 15, that's why I was like, you know what? Excuse my French, but fuck this. I'm not going to allow it to stop me. But at the same time, I'm not going to continue to let these casting directors to dim my shine.
Of course.
So that's when I was like, well, if I can't join them, I'll beat them. And I started my own agency.
Okay.
And, it went from there. And now, whether this information is true or not, shame on her if it is, her movement did open up so many opportunities for size inclusive dancers and performers.
No, I agree. The only gripe I have with this, I want to say, is that yes, listen, I don't know, even you know that when I do my performances, I love to get the underdog. I love to get the ones, the opportunity, because that's what my platform is created for, right? I'm not gonna be, choosing like, oh, you're not good enough, or you're too skinny, you're too, I call them fluffy. But I hear the comments, because I've had dancers like that, and I think as long as you have that confidence and you follow the dance move and you can move, I mean, who cares? But a lot of people make them feel that way. And I look at it, it's like, why would you? This is a passion they have. And there's some big girls who dance better than, I mean, I can't even, I mean, I can move, but I don't dance. And they dance twice as much as I could ever dance, so you got to give them that credit and give them, their flowers for even doing that. So
no, 100%.
But the only gripe I do have with Lizzo is that I think, even though, yes, you should be happy for how you are, and she should know that being a little overweight is also not good for your health. You know what I'm saying? It's not just, oh, I'm big, oh, how they call big bones or whatever it is, and this is who I am, accept me. It's not a matter of accepting you because you're big or not. It's like, it's unhealthy, and that's probably going to be the number one cause of heart disease, and heart attacks, and diabetes. And I mean, I'm not a doctor, I'm not here to tell you, but it's just common sense. So I feel like she advocates too much, like, be who you are, be there, and not giving on the healthy side, where you should be also like, don't.
No, it's true. I think we have a
just
problem
because
with
you're
this
big
in our
doesn't mean you
culture.
have to,
I know, I agree with you. I think that, honestly speaking, like, this is like a cultural movement, and on many different levels that we've been going through as a society. And there's a difference between inclusivity and then just being, careless.
Yes.
Or, obviously, we want everybody to be uniquely you. How I got as far as I did in my industry is being uniquely me. How you got far is being uniquely you.
Absolutely.
And, nobody can take that away. But at the same time, I definitely think that you have to keep in mind that when you're in the limelight, that you are inspiring and telling messages to the youth. And, and it has nothing to do with your size, religion, what you believe in, your sexuality. Like, even when it comes down to these rappers and what they talk about, and what they're promoting, like, you have to be careful, because you don't understand what you're instilling in the younger generation.
Absolutely. So I wish you would be a little bit more mindful and be, in what you're trying to promote, even though, but you know what? And speaking of, I want to jump straight in. Can you see that video of Jocelyn Hernandez giving her little I have a gripe with this now. I'm beginning to really dislike this girl, because I don't like what she stands for at all.
We'll see. I don't think I've seen.
Okay, I believe it's Jocelyn Hernandez.
They're not named. We have no idea what the video.
Oh, it's okay, just randomly. No, it's just a video of her on the mic when she was that's okay. Just you put any video, that's fine. We'll get to it eventually. Yeah.
Chaos at the Orange County Fair last night. Fairgoers were stunned to see Bad Bunny getting off a ride, but take a closer look here. Yeah, that's not him. It's a lookalike. The imposter dressed up like the Puerto Rican superstar and walked through the fair with bodyguards around him. And he played the part well, but true fans realized that it wasn't the real Bad Bunny.
I mean, I don't know what to say about that. I guess it was fun for them to do that because I guess he must, at some point, I think angle-wise, maybe you can catch that. But if you're really a true Bad Bunny fan, you would know definitely that is not him. So I think it's pretty funny that he played a part. I mean, if it was all clean, good fun, and you're not, trying, getting money from people and soliciting and scamming people, then I think it's wrong. But for fun of it, for a little while, I think it was funny, it was cute. But no, we need the real Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny, call me. What do we have next?
You ever call me anything but a black woman with Spanish descent, I'm gonna kick your ass myself. I'm gonna kick your ass my motherfucking self. So, cause I beat hoes up for not claiming they race. Yeah. And when I go in a room full of white folks, they don't never let me forget I'm a blackie. Okay. So I'm gonna remind you who the fuck I am. Don't you say anything about me not being motherfucking black, I'm gonna kick your ass. Look, why the fuck you looking like that?
I'm looking at you. I got on shades though. Hold on.
Bitch, take them off, cause you're not that cute. You're not that cute. Bitch, cause you don't said a few things about me. I could pop you right motherfucking now, bitch.
You could.
So, exactly, so shut the fuck up. I don't even want you to talk. Or you could go home right the fuck now, bitch.
I'm not going home.
Go home right the fuck now or shut the fuck up, bitch, cause I'll fight you. I'll come down here and slap the fuck out you. Cause I wanna slap you, hoe.
For some reason, Jocelyn always wants to call me out in front of a group of people about the smallest shit. This time, she's upset because I'm wearing shades. She's always like, why you looking at me like that? So, I put my hands up and I want to let her know, like, I don't want to argue with you. You right.
Let me tell you something. I don't care to say this. It's so distasteful. She's so classless. Jocelyn Hernandez is classless. I don't care. Come after me. I mean, she can come after me with a fucking mind. But I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying, what I got to say. But you know what? If she was right here, I probably would say it too. I don't know what she thinks that she has this demeanor about her that she can talk to, do whatever she wants as a song. Like if everybody's scared of her. Like what she does is real classless. A lady doesn't act like that. Constantly, you're threatening. You saw her at the Mayweather back. You're a freaking mom. You're a mother. Okay?
Oh, that's the same one from the
yes,
from the Mayfair
from
fight.
the Mayweather
fight.
Yeah,
fight. Listen to me.
Yeah, absolutely. The one backstage who looks like
I don't condone I don't like violence or anything like that.
And I go and I I don't get it, but I understand that sometimes for reality TV they want to make things But this person, she just keeps doing this out of she thinks she has the God gives right to talk to anybody as she just did. And who are act like a lady. I'm sorry. That's sickening. Every little thing. First of all, nobody's knocking the fact, she's Puerto Rican. She wants to be known that she's black. Okay. No, but you see, I threaten if you don't recognize me, I mean black, I'm going to kick your. Who does that? Who threatens somebody because they don't I don't understand
that. Was
and
me.
I think
I be met 24/7. I get called an Italian on a daily basis. I am not Italian.
Right, but I would never go off ill, disgusting. How dare you call me? Okay, so you're she wants to be recognized as being black with Puerto Rican descent because she has an accent, whatever. The point, okay, so she doesn't want to be Puerto Rican. She doesn't want to be. She wants to be black. Fine, but somebody along the way is going to say the wrong thing. Maybe they don't see it your way. Maybe, but you're going to jump down somebody's throat and you want to kick their ass because they even looked at you wrong. I find that so disgusting. I'm so sorry. I think that she needs to grow up. I'm so sorry. So anyway, next. This vegan food influencer, she actually dies of starvation after switching to
tropical fruit diet.
First of all, I love fruit. Anybody wants to come in and sponsor fruit, donate fruit, I love fruit, but I love my food. And how are you gonna sustain yourself with a fruit diet?
No, you need
Like,
protein.
is this?
You need certain things.
That's what happened to her. You see, because she didn't have that. And I'm so sorry. Oh my God, for anybody to freaking die, it's tragic and it's terrible. It's hard, but I mean, you're gonna die eating freaking fruits. I
You look
just don't
so
get it.
upset. You're gonna die eating fruits.
Well, because you know why? You get so involved. Listen.
It's true. Don't believe everything on the internet. At the end of the day, listen to what your doctor says and you know what your body needs and wants.
I think, listen, you grew up with certain things and you're fine now, but nowadays, now they say, well, you had this was bad, and now what you believe in now, watch another 10 years from now. Well, what you had 10 years ago was not good for you. They said that was good. Like, I think you just got to take things in moderation. You eat things. Don't take away my food. I love my food.
Listen, my grandfather lived into his late 90s, smoking cigars, drinking wine every day, and eating a shit ton of garlic. So
this is what I'm saying. Like, I'm gonna have my food, my fruits, but I also need my food, especially being, Latina here with my, Puerto Rican roots. I want my arroz con habichuela and my meat arroz con gandules that I make with,
the best.
And, come Christmas, with the pernil, you know what I'm saying? Like, I make a mean little dish. I don't make too much, because I don't cook like that much, but, but you know what? It's sad. So I'm so sorry to hear that. But, what's the next one? Another, a terrible,
this
tragic.
Was very sad, definitely.
So
From
young,
Euphoria.
25. It is so sad. I don't think that we have to stress this enough that, mental health is a very, very big issue. I know that someone knows someone who knows someone who's either going through it or, tragically something happened, like it makes you stop dead in your tracks and say, oh my God. Sometimes people don't understand, and sometimes we'll jump into a conclusion and gets, angry and, why, and you had it all. Look at the starting of his career. Had it all. Good looking, young, 25, hit show, like, and I guess it took over you, and I'm so sorry for, for what he was going through. My condolences to the friends and family. And you know what? Anybody that's out there, honestly, Tiffany, let's put it out there. There's always somebody to talk to.
Always someone. There's so many outreach programs. You can't stress it enough.
There's somebody always to talk to. Reach out to us.
100%.
Reach out to me. Reach out to Tiffany. Reach out to the studio. Reach out to Bobby. There's always somebody to listen. If anybody needs to talk, needs to vent, needs to, feelings, it's very important for somebody just a listening ear and telling that it's going to be okay. Life is precious. I say this all the time. I don't care. Life is precious. Live life, because you just never know, so
it can be taken away. No,
absolutely,
it's so true.
Absolutely. Oh, Richie, thank you for joining in. What do you think so far? Good. Well, we're almost done, but what is our next one? Because look at this. Being with Tiffany here is amazing. People, she should be on all the time because we talk so much. Yap, that we lose track of time. It's almost about that time, and I don't even know how much more we have. What else do we have next year? All right, let's get to this really quickly. This is after the Titan explosion. Now this guy wants to send people to, what is it, Venus? Because I can't see the...
Oh, no, I have no glasses. I can't.
You can't. What does it say there, Bobby? Yeah, he was Venus. What the heck?
No.
Who goes to Venus? Did anybody go to Venus yet? Was anything sent out there? Is there like is there air? Like,
I have a hard time
who's allowing these people to do this? Look, that was already an experiment they did with that Titan implosion, whatever happened with that submarine, which is so tragic. That was like movie. Like, how do they allow this if it's not even approved by a government or something? You know what I'm saying?
The aliens are already here. Let's leave outer space alone. We don't need any more aliens here. I'm like petrified now. My whole For You page is just aliens
First
now.
it was Mars. Now we're going to Venus. All right. Thanks. Okay. Next. And another. Okay. So you have a French daredevil found dead after reportedly falling from the 68th floor at a Hong Kong building. All right. I am so sorry that a death occurred. But am I really sorry? Like, I don't know what to say. Like, so you fall from a 68th floor. What are
I'm
you doing
petrified of
there?
heights. You would never catch
Climbing.
me up there.
You're climbing because you're a daredevil, knowing that these are the these are the risks. But why would you want to? Once again, why would you want to risk your life? Do you know that I wouldn't even like risk my life to like a bungee jump? I wouldn't even like risk my life to freaking jump out of an airplane or to anything that's like an adrenaline rush. That's not me.
I just started doing roller coasters like 3 years ago.
I don't do roller coasters. I don't do none of that. I don't do none of that. I'm not risking my life for anything. Like, what the heck? So, you know what? I don't know what to say about that. Sorry. Next. And another tragic. I don't know if you heard this in the news. This guy was actually dancing to Beyonce's song, and somewhere in the gas station, somewhere, I believe it's somewhere in Brooklyn, I'm not sure, but it was by
oh yes, he was voguing.
He was voguing and dancing those songs when he was confronted by a group of people who were just not, interested in knowing, listening and doing, and whatever the confrontation, whatever, it led to him being stabbed and killed. Unnecessary. So what? He's dancing. So anything that the people do, you can't dance, you can't sing. What better way to live your life to sing and dance? And even that he couldn't do, and he got killed over it. I mean, people, we got to do better. This is the most ridiculous times I think we're living right now. People are literally going crazy. I feel so bad for this new generation that's coming, because if stuff like that doesn't stop, this is crazy. This is madness. This is mess. So my condolences to the family, and that's why Beyonce honors the dancer who was fatally stopped after dancing to her song.
That was sweet of her.
But I think we've covered everything so far. We're almost about that time. Well, we're at that time. The clock says 000000. Does that mean it's over, Bobby? Well, it's over. Oh my God! Look who just joined in, Neil.
Who?
You can't even see, but our friend Neon.
Oh, you missed it.
You just missed it. You gotta. Oh my God, he's got to play it. So people, the video that we just played earlier today, the music we put on was one of the songs that we are collaborating on. And we're definitely gonna be working on that in the future, right? And we're gonna finish it. We're gonna have a video. We're gonna head into Vegas soon. And one more thing, I want to give a shout out and thank you to Hollywood Unlocked. That's where I'm getting all my information from. I don't want somebody to get back to me and say that I stole the information or I'm doing something, So that's where I got to give them credit, because it's through them that I get all my info, and that's what we're talking about. So thank you, Unlock Hollywood, and thank you everybody for joining in. And thank you, Tiffany. Tiffany, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be able to do this, because I was shot.
Well, thank you for having me on. I'm sorry I'm wearing a baseball cap and wet hair, but
no, look at me. Everybody that knows me, like, I keep as simple as I can, plain Jane today. But it's okay. I love all my people. Thank you so much for joining in, and I'll hopefully see you next time, same place, same time. Los quiero mucho. I love you all, and I hope you all have a good night. And thank you so much. Thank you. Los amo, los quiero. Oh my God, this is.